Anxiety is probably the worst thing that you can possibly deal with. For me personally, it turns me into a completely different person. I become so impulsive, and I do things that I wouldn't normally do. Hopefully this video gives you some insight on the anxiety that you have, so you become one step closer to figuring out how you can fight this. Because believe it or not, there is way more than just one kind of anxiety. We generalize anxiety and just think to ourselves, hey, it's just one thing that we all feel. But that's not the case. It's different for each and every person. And not only that, but there's different kinds of it. So hopefully this educates a lot of you and puts you all in the position where you're able to identify and control your own anxiety. Hello my anxious friends on the search for a cure to your mental instability. Welcome back to your daily dose of online medication. This week's side effects may include anxiety. Please contact your doctor if your condition worsens or if you start developing a sudden urge to self-harm. For those of you wondering why I'm acting a little more strange than usual, it's because I've been miserable for the last couple of months. I've also fallen back into old habits and my past is finally catching up with me. I should actually be in bed right now, but my anxiety of becoming a failure and wasting my life away has gotten me out of bed and in front of the camera. So let's pretend like everything's okay and just dive right into the worst kinds of anxiety. First on the list is generalized anxiety disorder. A disorder characterized by excessive or unrealistic anxiety about two or more aspects of life, often accompanied by symptoms such as shortness of breath or dizziness. Number 2 is social anxiety disorder, also called social phobia. Is an intense anxiety or fear of being judged, negatively evaluated, or rejected in a social or performance situation. Third is post-traumatic stress disorder, a condition of persistent mental and emotional stress occurring as a result of injury or severe psychological shock, typically involving disturbance of sleep and constant vivid recall of the experience, with dulled responses to others and the outside world. Number 4 is actually panic disorder, a psychiatric disorder in which anxiety and fear arise frequently and without a reasonable cause. Last but not least is something that I struggle with the most, and that's separation anxiety. Refers to excessive fear or worry about separation from home or an attachment figure. When most people think about anxiety, it typically goes like this. They imagine someone just screaming or holding their head or just feeling very bad and nervous and, not wanting to be around people, but that's not the case. I mean, in most cases, it's just all within, you know what I mean? Whether or not you choose to express what you're feeling on the inside is up to you, but for the most part, people with anxiety are normally calm. There's little signs that you can, catch if you notice that someone might be anxious, and that's like they're fidgeting with something or their body's moving, like their leg for example. Those are signs that they're either really bored or they're really anxious. And like people like me who can't stop talking, they don't normally talk. They just keep it all in and think to themselves. At this point, I think it's safe to say that most of us have experienced at least one or two of these, and it's becoming more of a common disorder that most of us are faced with nowadays. And the number one thing that works above medication and therapies is self-care. Examples of this method are a healthy diet, avoiding alcohol or drugs, reducing your caffeine intake, relaxation techniques, and physical exercise. These are just a couple ways that you can lower your anxiety and improve your mental health. With that being said, I'm working on reducing the tendencies that I have and lowering the amount of depression and anxiety that I put on myself. Hopefully it works. It hasn't been working lately, and that's why I haven't really been posting. I've actually been in a really bad place for the last couple of months, as I mentioned earlier, and I just can't seem to get out of my head, out of my physical body, and just live. I've been feeling like I've been in purgatory for the last couple of months, and I just don't know what to do. And if someone knows what to do, please help me, because I'm struggling with everything going on in my life, but mostly in my head, where all the problems actually live in. So I'm going to go deal with them. So I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.